Welcome back to Chaosvash's live gameplay. Now we are playing Stories, The Path of Destinies, episode 17. So let's see if we can forge our own path.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen the winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens? People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Renardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice. The village looked so peaceful. Were the villagers hiding somewhere? Of course not. No matter how much he searched, he would only find ravens here. Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack, Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino. Well, unless he really wasn't fated, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest. Wasn't making a dent in those shields. Lapino would betray him. But now Renato knew that. What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him? Well, he'd concoct some crazy scheme, wouldn't he? That used Lapino's betrayal against him and it would blow up his face. Maybe he was overthinking. That would be a first. Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck.
We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Just give me 1 second.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Swordfu school.
And you're still mad for her.
The rabbit reminded him. The rabbit had a point. And Renato had a feeling she'd want to see him again. Who knows what could happen between the two of them this time around?
She knows all his plans,
Chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily,
she'll tell the interrogators, all right.
said Lapino.
Traitorous bastard. Oh. But you know what I want? The one game that I want that friggin' Xbox had over the PlayStation, which they should have been gone because they're a bunch of damn greedy sons of bitches. I want Guardian Heroes. That's the game that came out
The
for
city
the
was
Sega
already
Dreamcast.
under Zenobia's control.
I mean, that's Sega. No,
I had to
I'm
admire
sorry, that's
her
Sega
efficiency.
Dreamcast, Sega Saturn.
Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the
So,
interrogators.
you know, they should bring back some of those
Would he
games, man.
really
That
turn
power.
her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty. This chest had teaspoons stolen from every inn in Boreas. Oh, and something more useful. That little color looks good on you.
For littering, but these islands were short on trash cans. Renato could feel his fur singe.
Multiple times.
Pino wanted. Yeah, there must be some way to play on that, Bernardo thought.
All the animes he's telling me I already saw them multiple times.
The market. It was going to be full of gogglers, wasn't it? Oh, it would have been so much more fun before the war. When the worst thing that could happen to you was getting fleeced buying a rug.
Say goodnight, Gracie, said Renato, wondering who Gracie was.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfair a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Reynardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Reynardo. Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lupino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
Hey, I definitely like it. I got it free, you know, for the PlayStation Plus, so why not?
Reynardo felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Lupino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Reynardo jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. Reynardo, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Ah, what does an imperial princess know about style? Ah, get a room, you two, said Lupino, probably sensing the chemistry. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they took Zenobia east, over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Reynardo was aware of her feelings. Maybe this was a bad idea, but was he letting his own feelings get the better of him?
Let's see.
Listen, said Reynardo. Let's not do this. Let's not do what? Asked Zenobia. Look, you're the Emperor's right hand. You were going to have me interrogated, he said. Sure, yeah, but then I remembered how you feel about me. How I feel about you. You were going to have me interrogated, but I didn't. Because you care about me, said Reynardo. Well, guess again, Buster, she said, and she pushed him off his own boat. As he plummeted towards the bottomless clouds of the abyss, Reynardo decided that he'd not really handle the situation with his usual finesse. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
Are you pissing me? What the hell?
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Crazy, right? Yeah. Nah, that usually doesn't happen, you know? I went with Lupino's stupid ass plan.
This was the nice part of town, but the ravens had been through here. They like to take shiny things home to their nests. Newly remembered knowledge. He needed to focus. Why was Lupino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lupino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lupino wanted. And there must be some way to play on that, Renato thought. There was a cat in this one. And something useful. So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato. Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said Lupino. It was time for him to learn something new. He felt bad for people who had to study. It's a birdsicle! Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as the ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy, Renato said. Renato knew she still had feelings for him. Maybe he could just cut to the chase. But was timing right for that? I know how you feel about me, baby. I know you want to be with me. Renato said. What? The Emperor's evil, babe. I'm nice. Remember how nice I was back in school? You were an idiot in school. You said I was funny, said Renato, starting not to like how the conversation was going. The Emperor pulled me out of an alley. Don't tell me he's evil. Yeah, but did you ever wonder why? No, I didn't. Why don't you ask him? Well, because I know why. He wants to sacrifice you. You can tell him that when he interrogates you. Can't we just start this over? But Zenobia shut him in the hold of the ship. He had no one to explain anything to until he was brought to the Emperor's interrogator. After that, it was just screaming. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
You gotta be pissing me. What the hell is happening here? Listen, I'm picking the wrong ones. Alright, I'm gonna go with the other ones again. God damn it.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Alright, let me choose the other one.
A chest that shiny deserved to be opened. Lupino urging him to capture Zenobia. Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lupino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lupino wanted. Yeah, there must be some way to play on that, Renato thought. These things really slice like ham.
Give me a second. Oh shit. I got hazards on the goddamn stove. Almost burnt the damn thing.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon.
What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renardo. Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said Lupino. Renardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. Now I just wanted some privacy, Renardo said. Renardo knew she still had feelings for him. Maybe he could just cut to the chase. But was timing right for that? Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him immortal. To seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that. I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus. The scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his victims. Well, he's not exactly alive.
She caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? Would you want to join in? Oh, no, I'd destroy his books and... All right, I suppose I wouldn't.
She stopped, troubled. He ran on.
The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them. The scientists on this island had been investigating the Emperor's dark rituals on their own. They were neutral in the civil war engulfing the Empire, but they could see that the dark magics the old Toad had loosed were changing the world. Renato hoped he and Zenobia weren't putting them in danger. How far exactly did these things travel? Was this fruit local? That's what Renato wanted to know.
Oh, that's cool.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. "Take me to your council," she said, shaken. "I have things to tell them." It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there, even if she did love him? Renato reached Lupino by Farspeaker Toad.
No, we should take her to the base,
Insisted Lupino. No, I don't trust her. Nobody changes sides that fast. said Renato.
I better go to the base. Let them know you've got her.
Lupino said.
For some reason, Renato wasn't sure that was a good idea.
Just meet me at the far side of the mountains. There's a shuttle here I can take.
Always has to be your way, doesn't it?
Said Lupino. Zenobia was still shaking as they got out.
I didn't know, she said.
The Ravens kept it secret. At first they sacrificed prisoners, then villages near the frontier, and then an orphanage. Kittens and puppies.
Sometimes, he'd come back to the palace and it was like there were glowing things behind his eyes. I was so busy.
I'll clear a path for us, Renato told Zenobia, so the Ravens don't see you.
Alright, that's it for me. Hope y'all enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? He's had some fun. I'm finally picking the right paths. Sound to be keep doing these paths all over and over again, but that's the whole point of being a gamer. You know what I'm saying? So we had a good day. We kicked it off with some gaming news, some anime news, then we kicked it off with some Mafia 3. I finally got one more trophy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get more at that, making some great progress in there. And then, stories about the Destiny. I'm also making progress on that as well. And continue on. So, like I said, for those who came to watch you play game, I really appreciate it, man. Good looking out. Like I said, man, for the new people who joined, for new people who came to watch the gameplay, like I said, man, subscribe to me, subscribe to y'all, spread the word. That's what we do. Sorry that, man. I hope you all have a good night, because I'm getting ready to watch me some anime. So other than that, that's it for me. This is your boy, Chaosvash, aka Lil Punch 01, sign off. Stay cool, stay safe, stay breezy. Real breezy. I'll holler at y'all later on tonight. Hopefully some more gaming news and anime news. Peace.